Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've missed me. I know I've been gone for a few minutes, but we're going to talk about all that, but just welcome back and let's have a little chat. All right guys, so yes, I hope you missed me just because, you know, I come around and I'm entertaining and you like the conversations that we have here together. But I have been, I guess, just a little overwhelmed with kids and life and everything. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about being abroad, an expat, like some of the things they don't talk about. Because I feel like whenever an American moves to another country, they just become all about like that place. And basically they don't miss anything. Everything back where they're from just seems a little less interesting and subpar. Their relationships and everything weren't what they thought they were going to be. So I just came back from the US. I had not been back actually since COVID. And so it's been 3 years basically since I've been there, seeing my friends, seeing my family. Nobody had even seen our youngest baby. So it was like what I needed for sure, because I didn't realize like how kind of sad I was becoming, not being able to connect with my people and mostly just like my friends. Because one of the things, and this is one thing when I hear people talking about, you know, when we're chosen to be immigrants in other places, and they go, you know, their relationships have changed, their friends weren't available. You know, I flew all the way from this other place, you know, that I've chosen to live. And so I think a lot of times when people go back home and, you know, time has passed and lives have moved on, we become or feel really disconnected because we just don't know what we did about our friends or our family or our loved ones, like when we haven't been there. So, you know, even if you talk, you connect, you know, it's not the same. You're in like extremely different time zones, and you're also, you know, just have things in life that keeps moving. And when you're close, at least with, this is my experience with my friends, like when you're close, you share so much. Like you're at each other's houses every day or almost every day. And there's so many things that when you're not in that space anymore, that's just not there. So having not been there in like 3 years, I didn't really know what to expect. But like, this is me personally, when I am with my friends, I guess when I go back to visit, I really don't expect them to drop their lives for me, right? I gotta entertain myself. I am on holiday, this is their life. And that is what is really, I think, hard for some people, because you're there and you expect like them to be excited, which they are, but they also have their life to continue. And I think we have to also be like, you know, give them their space to do that. Even though, you know, you're there and you want things to feel like they once felt, and it's just different. You know, the city was even different because of COVID. So many places had changed and closed or rearranged. So there were times that I just felt a little lost. And so, and I was lost, like physically so in the space. So I had to like realize like I don't know things that I used to know, you know, and accept that and look at things anew again. Like, okay, as a visitor, this was not necessarily like, it starts to feel like it's less like home, but you don't always necessarily feel like where you are in another space is home yet, to some degrees. Like some things could be perfectly fine and you know you're home, but then there's sometimes it's just like that feeling of being places where you know people really know you, appreciate you for who you are, and you get to express yourself fully, right? Like all of who you are. Because and I think also because like when you have to like look at different cultures, you have to think about speaking other languages, and you can't express yourself the same. I mean, this is me because like my other languages that I speak outside of English are not that great. So, you know, there are limitations in not just like the words that you use, but like the cultural like inferent like references and things like that. And I think for me, like what I was feeling like I really was missing was like that thing where it's just like, I just don't have to do anything but be myself, and everybody understands me, and everyone still loves me for that. So I think, yeah, I think that's something that people don't talk enough about when you get ready to live abroad, when you move abroad, when you are abroad. Like, it can actually feel quite lonely, and it can feel like you are like your own little cluster, and you have your family, you have like the friends that you make when you're there, but it's just not necessarily the same. And when you meet people older in life, you know, as an adult, I don't mean like 80 like me, but like you know, as an adult, um those connections and relationships aren't the same. Like, they don't have the history. Like, my best friend and I have known each other for more than 30 years. She knows where all the bodies are hidden. She has all the receipts. She remembers the things about me that I can't remember, right? And like, nobody else is going to have that like depth, right? Where it's just like her knowledge of me and my knowledge of her, and that sisterhood, kinship, that relaxing, that thing where you're just like, you're home with those people. And I think that's why being abroad has always been okay for me, because if I have love, I feel like I'm at home, right? And so when I have that, it makes me feel safe and secure. But when those things start to feel like, well, you know, is it safe here, blah, 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 like those things are, I think, when people start to be like, I'm not sure of the places that you are. And so, yeah, I think I was getting a bit depressed because I hadn't had that depth of release for so long. And I definitely needed the infusion from my friends. Like, I was there and they were just like, so what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I'm like, this, like, get some more wine and let's just do this, you know? So, because, you know, I wanted to hear all the stories and, you know, be there to share their energy and feel that relaxation for as long as I could, right? So if you guys following me on Instagram, you would have seen some of the photos. I tried to keep up with certain things, but it was kind of difficult. It was the kids' first time doing real Halloween, so that was amazing. And I just took them to all the places that I thought they would love and enjoy. So I got to do that with them, which was really, really important. Like, I was on the verge of tears because I realized that I had not made the money I needed to make to do the trip. And I was just kind of like sitting there thinking about it, and like my face got warm and I felt flush. And then basically I had to tell my partner here to help me out. So that was really important. So I was able to get that like infusion of myself and for love. So yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, sometimes when you're away as a, you know, chosen immigrant, expat, whatever you want to call it, there's just things that you don't express of yourself, I think, because there's just cultural boundaries, differences, and you think, oh, you're not gonna understand me, it's gonna be a thing or whatever. So guys, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be posting videos regularly again and having all of the discussions about like these social phenomena as they are coming up. So subscribe, and definitely thank you guys for still being here. And thanks for any new subscribers who have joined. And we'll be talking, and I'm going to be doing some different stuff. I'm working on it in my head. So we'll be seeing each other sooner than later. Ciao, ciao for now.